Yeah. Coke fed, press some head, let's get in the car, I said. She grabbed my hand, girls rescue, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm weak, not dead, she tweet, I guess she confessed. She thinking less, not drinking less, bathroom says, best to get spontaneous, our stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as a rise like fireworks. Smell through the bag, don't touch my perk.
Hey, everybody, welcome to this edition of After the Storm, your OKC Thunder post-game analysis live stream. And first of all, Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope everybody's having had a fantastic Christmas, got all your wishes, everything you wanted and desired, and that you got your kids or your girlfriend or whatever's in your life. The Thunder, of course, took care of business tonight. Love what I saw. Sorry I missed you guys the other night. But if I'm out and about, Christmas parties and things like that, I don't do the show because if I've been drinking. Hotspot, what's up? Finally, we didn't settle for a three-point shot. Our boy Hotspot's on it already. Dang, man. Hey, Merry Christmas. Can you say Merry Christmas when you come on, man? You're already into it. By the way, your boy, AJ Mitchell, can I say that, you made a right call on him. I love watching his game. He's getting better and better. And I noticed that when he plays with SGA more, he's starting to pass the ball to him more. And when he's with J-Dub, he tends to handle the ball more. So he's really trying to find that balance. So let me congratulate him on that. But anyway, the Thunder, of course, took care of business tonight in a game. I mean, I looked at it and I'm just going, they did pretty much what they needed to do in the game, the 120 to 114. Like I said, I liked what I saw from the Thunder tonight. Part of our growing process and part of what we're doing, my guy John sent me a deal that he's not going to be, a lot of people are not going to be on tonight. I know that because they're with their families and stuff like that. And I was with mine the other night, so that's why I kind of missed out on everybody. But that being said, he sent me a great stat. Let me see, where is it? He sent me a stat that said the Thunder have won 9 games in a row for the first time in 3,984 days, almost 11 years since January 2014. That's a hell of a stat right there, John. Hell of a stat. And can I say that part of that is the fact that I think that the Thunder have struggled in trying to build together a deal, but I don't really count it as 9 in a row. 9 in a row simply because we did lose a game. Now, it doesn't count on the record, but we lost a game. Okay, I don't have it on my stat, but we lost a game. And even though it doesn't count on your record, I do believe that you have to go ahead and count that as an L. That's just kind of how I look at it because of the simple fact that we did lose and they took care of business. We came back and took care of business. But that being said, the Thunder approved a 24-5 hotspot. They almost went to the finals that year. Yes, that team was just really ridiculous. I agree, hotspot. That team was really ridiculous. Loved what I saw of that. Thunder, Pacers 14 for 36 from 3. We were 13 for 37. They shot 47.2. We were 46.3. 51 to 45. They out-rebounded us 38 to 50 points in the paint. Now, I will say that we gave up 11 offensive rebounds, which is about average of what we do. So that's about right. We only had 3 turnovers tonight, guys. 3 turnovers. They had 11, which is, below our average, but at the same time, way below our average on both sides as far as taking the ball away from the opposing team and that. But they outscored us, our bench, 35 to 29. Now, I had some interesting stats that I had today. The Pacers were up to this point were 3-0 against the West. They're now 1-3. Okay, we were 7-0 against the West. East now we're 8-0. Now remember that doesn't count the one game. Okay, now I got to go by what the team goes by, but we're 9 in a row. If it doesn't count on the record, it doesn't count, even though we did lose. But still, want to say that SGA. How's he not leading candidate for the MVP? I know Jokic is putting up numbers, but back-to-back 40-point games and the efficiency of what he does. And let's face it, what he did in the second quarter, guys. The second quarter, He scored 16 of our 21 points. Now, here's the key. When he went in the game in the 6-minute mark, we were down 31-44 when he went into the game. 31-44. And when J-Dub came back in, 40, we were down 31-44 when SGA came in. He scored 16 points. Okay? 16 points of our 21. He is just, of our 22, he is just a beast. The politics is why they don't want to give him his flowers. I agree with that hot spot, but I'm just saying we're not on TV enough. And the coach doing what he did, switching up the lineups in the finals, it killed everything. And he did it again the other night against the Wizards. Like SGA plays first quarter, and you all have noticed that he played J-Dub first quarter. Second quarter, we came out and did what we needed to do. Somebody called him a mad scientist. I don't want a mad scientist. I want a coach who knows what the hell he's doing. Now, I want everybody to understand one thing. I am going to critique the Thunder. I'm not going to give them passes. I'm going to be hard on them. I'm going to give them their flowers when they deserve them. And when they don't, they don't. And when you change and do the things that you do, that's when I'm going to call you out every single time. Hotspot says, Jokic is all right in my books, but people think Jokic is the best thing since sliced bread. And we all know that Jokic can be beat. Yeah, I agree. But my thing is this. He won his first MVP, and they finished 4th or 5th. How in the hell can you do that? Like, remember, I went through this a while ago. I said his first year he should have won. He won it. That should have went to Giannis for his 3rd straight MVP. The second year he won it, that should have won Embiid. The year that Embiid won it, that should have went to Jokic. 100%. So that's how I look at it, but these people get caught up in that. And then also, last year, SJ should have won it, but once again, we were not on TV. Now, when you get a chance to put him on TV, we're not being seen. He doesn't play the right lineups. He does stupid stuff, and it's crazy. I don't understand it, bro. If it ain't fixed, if it ain't broke, why are you fixing it? SGA and AJ don't play together. The one thing we know is with J-Dub on the bench, the Thunder make runs. That's 100%. When J-Dub's on the bench, the Thunder make runs. They just do. And I'm not saying that doesn't take away from him because I think he's our second best player. Hotspot, SGA was the MVP. Yes, I agree. But once again, this is why I say SGA didn't win. Remember, he hit the game winner against the Knicks. Then he played the Celtics, Philly, and the Pacers back to back on national TV. He didn't play those 3 games. Against the Celtics, he didn't play against the Pacers, and he didn't play against the Sixers. Had he played all 3 of those games and did what he did against the Knicks, then I believe SGA would have won the MVP. But because he wasn't seen and we were not on TV, no one got to see him until the playoffs, and they were like, oh, my God, look at this dude. But he's been doing what we've been seeing all year long. And you look at tonight, it's the same thing. J-Dub's on the bench, we make a run. Now, I will say this game was closer because Caruso didn't play. Okay? That's what I'd say. Caruso playing, I think this game is not as close as it would have been, but with Caruso out, when Dort is not in and you have Caruso, there's not a drop-off in our defensive intensity and getting their hands on the ball. And plus, Kaysen and Dort, Caruso together get their hands on more balls than anybody else. That's what happens. But I love what our team is doing. I love that we're winning in spite of the coach, not because he is, tonight. I'm like, dude, don't you feel the game flowing in the 4th quarter? What are you doing? Put SJ in the game. Why are you waiting to use 7? I don't get him. I don't get the dude, but he's a menace manager. But let's say this. Second quarter, the Thunder come back. They're down 53-61. Okay? Start the 3rd quarter. You have SGA, J-Dub, our starters. We're going 11-2 run. And I love what we did right there. Our defense is the key to what the Thunder do. When we light you up and we're pressuring you, we're getting our hands on balls, which is what Kaysen and Caruso do together. They get their hands on passing lanes, get their hands on ball. They're just different. It sets us up because what happens is steals turn into transitional baskets, turn into flow of the game for our offense. That's what it does. And I like what we did start the third quarter. We got a run, and we started doing what we needed to do. And I was sitting there watching, and Dort, stop trying to make plays. Just shoot threes, and then don't. And you notice when he starts missing, he takes a three and he's trying to fade away. Dude, step up, catch the ball, shoot the ball, stay in position, then roll back. He's trying to shoot in and run away to the other end like you. You ain't Steph Curry. You can't shoot it. Oh, it's going in. You ain't that good, bro. There's very few people other than Steph Curry can take a jump shot and run the other way. That ain't you. Stop trying to be cool. Stop trying to no. Step up, take your time, release the ball, follow through. Bend your knees, follow through. Stop all that nonsense. Caruso is the key to us winning at all. When Chet gets back, I agree. Those two are, when he gets back, we're going to be deadly. We are absolutely going to be deadly. And when you look at what this Thunder team can do, what we can be, and like I said, I cannot wait. When you have SGA, J-Dub, Caruso, Chet, and iHeart. Those together are going to be nasty. Let me see. He shoots way too high of an arc. Well, I don't mind his arc so much, but him shooting and trying to fade away and run the other way. What? You're shooting and fading at the same time. Stay in there. Take your time. You're not a great shooter. Stay in there, catch it, follow through, make the shot, and quit trying to, be cute. You ain't that good. And I wish that they would talk to him about that. Stand up and shoot the damn shot. And so when I look at halftime and I look at what SGA did in the second quarter, I have the notes right here. He scored 16 points in 6 minutes. And when he went in the game in the second quarter, guys, the score was 31-44. You had SGA, AJ, Kaysen, Dylan Jones, and K-Rich. And then when J-Dub came back in the game, it's 42-46 with 3 minutes to go. Now remember, we were down 13 when he went out. He brings him in 2 minutes later, or 3 minutes later, and we're down 4. And then SGA scored 16 points in 6 minutes. 16 points in 6 minutes. 16 points in 6 minutes. And hotspot, the reason why Dylan Jones was playing was because Caruso was out. So he feels like he has to stick him in there and play. And plus, he's trying to give him some playing time. And we'll go over the minutes. But I'm just saying, SGA scored 16 points in 6 minutes. We were down 13 when he went in the game with J-Dub on the bench. J-Dub comes back down, we're down 4. And then in 3 minutes, we're down 8. So down 13 when he goes out. We're down 4 when he comes back in. And then we're down 8 to end the quarter. These are numbers, okay? These are numbers. Now, I've got a deal here that SGA has scored 30 points in 10 of 11 of his last 11 road games. He's had 30. In 10 of 11 of his last road games. That's crazy right there. 10 of 11 in his last road games. That tells you that who is the best player on our team. It goes without saying, but, that's not how the Thunder look at it. So here's the box score, guys, which tells everything when you look at this team and look at what we're doing. And remember, we're winning by committee as a group, with SGA leading the way and then everybody else just following suit. J-Dub, 8 for 22 for 20 points. He played he didn't play good tonight. Like I don't listen to Michael Cage and the other guy because they're terrible. iHeart doesn't shoot a push shot. It's called a floater. At least Matt Pinto knows what the hell a floater is. It's just crazy. J-Dub, 35 minutes. Once again, 2 to 3 minutes less than SGA because the minutes manager's got to have him in there. 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 20 points. He didn't play well at all. And even Matt Pinto, I was listening to him, he goes, J-Dub is one of the best. He's a great closer. He's not a closer. You're high. He's not a closer. What the hell are you talking about, dude? He doesn't close. He makes mistakes. That's crazy. But once again, fans are listening, and that's what the Thunder are trying to put out there. However, he's not a closer. He's just not. That's high. Isaiah Hartenstein, I heart. 11 points, 13 boards. 3 for 6, 5 for 8. He was killing me with the free throw line. 5 for 8, bro. We've got it. He needs to be 6 for 8, 7 for 8. But once again, I did take 5 for 8. He did make 2 clutch free throws down the stretch. SGA in 38 minutes, 45 points, 15 for 22, 11 for 11, 4 for 5 from 3. And he did hit a big 3 to silence the crowd and take them. I think it was the dagger. Once he hit that 3 and put the dagger, put us up, that was the dagger. So then they went, oh, shit, here he goes. Because what happens is when SJ starts scoring, the opposing team goes, oh, shit. And then our team goes, oh, yeah, let's go. And then it releases all the pressure off J-Dub, off Ihart, off Dort, off K-Rich, off of Wiggins, off of Kaysen. Whoever's in the game with him is irrelevant. It takes the pressure off them because he's rolling, J will. Once he starts rolling, everybody else realizes, oh, man, we can just shoot. Hey, Nick, what's up? Merry Christmas. He's not clutch for sure, but he does have some fourth quarter runs to help the team. Yes, early, Nick, J-Dub, early. Clutch is late. Clutch is not early in the fourth quarter. Clutch is late in the fourth quarter. That's what he was talking about. He was talking about late in the fourth quarter. He's had some great fourth quarter starts. Today was a nice fourth quarter, okay? But I'm just saying, he's good early, but late when it's under pressure. Get the ball, SGA. Get the ball, SGA. Last year he shot 61% and clutch buckets. 61%, and you're going to put the ball in someone else's hands. Is that what you're telling me, Nick? Is that what you're telling me, anybody? Guy shoots 61%, leads the league, and you're going to put the ball in somebody else's hands? Hell no, you're not. Okay, Lou Dort, 5 for 13. I do not want Lou Dort shooting 13 times. I've said that a million times. There's no world I live in I want him shooting that much. I don't have a world. 8 is the most I want him to shoot, and they're all threes, period. 7 rebounds like tonight when he missed that layup and acted like his leg was hurting and it came back in. Come on, man. Dunk the ball or shoot the ball. I mean, it's just he's a defensive guy who they're trying to allow to score. I don't want him to shoot a layup. Shoot it off the backboard, just like we always say. The glass is your friend. Kaysen, 30 minutes, 2 points, 1 for 5. Kaysen didn't play well offensively, but what he does defensively and getting his hands on balls and different things that he does that don't show up on the stat sheet are the things that I love about this young man. J Will, man, it's good to see him back. Okay, 10 minutes, 3 points. I thought J Will played pretty good. The ladies were horrible at the start. Yes, it was. J-Dub, SGA had a layup that was like, what the hell? You put the wrong sprint on it. I mean, are you serious? Dylan Jones, 3 minutes. Okay, Hotspot, he played 3 minutes. Leave him alone. 3 minutes, I agree. He's just trying to put him in the game. That's all he was doing. But he is a liability. He is just not ready for that. No question. K. Rich, love seeing this guy come back and play. He's made a huge difference with Chet being out. 9 points, 4 for 6, 1 for 2, 6 rebounds. I thought he played stellar tonight. I thought he played really good. Isaiah Joe, 2 for 8, 1 for 7. He's killing us on the defensive end. And if Isaiah, to me, it's really simple as a coach. When I coached, if you're not giving me what I need for you to give me, if you're my shooter and you're not shooting, then I'm not leaving your game. I'm taking you out. If you're not hot, I can't. You're not giving me. You're hurting me defensively, and then you're not giving me the points offensively. I don't mind you getting me if you're making mistakes defensively. If you're giving me stuff offensively, I'm cool with that. That has not been Isaiah Joe, and it has not been him since the middle of last year. That's facts. Aaron Wiggins, 6 minutes. I don't understand it. I don't know if it's because he cut his hair for New Year's, took his braids out, but whatever. I don't understand the 6 minutes with him. You gave Dylan Jones 3 minutes. I don't get that. I don't get that. Aaron Wiggins is just a good defensive player. Now, he plays differently because, who are you going to take out? You're going to take Kaysen out. You're going to take Dort out. You're going to take J-Dub to give him minutes. Yes, I am. I'm going to take him to whip some minutes from J-Dub. I'm not going to give those 3 minutes to Dylan Jones. I'm going to give those to Wiggins. I'm going to take a couple minutes away from J-Dub because when he's not scoring and he's out there doing stuff, I got to pull him out, even though I know the Thunder think he's their best player, has more upside than SGA, which is just insane to me. I don't see him ever being back-to-back 3-time All-NBA first team. I don't see it. I could be wrong, but, yeah, I don't see that. A.J. Mitchell, oh, man, once again, another stellar night for the young man. I like him. Hotspot, I love him. Let me see. Hotspot says Isaiah Joe isn't shooting good because of his release. He needs to hold the ball longer. Well, I think what he's doing also, he's shooting further back. He makes them when he is shooting closer. I did know that. The one that he did knock down, he was closer to the three-point line. So that's kind of what I did. Wiggins does the small stuff like cutting the basket, which helps his team. I agree. I like Wiggins. I like what he's doing, and I like what's going on. Here's the Thunder. There's these 10 games that they have. Remember, we do every 10 games. We do them in 10-game spots. Thunder won 9 in a row. Of course, really 3 in a row. Okay. Actually 4 in a row. But, whatever the thing says, the thing says. Jeremy Charles, Isaiah Joe is trash. He's been playing terrible, Jeremy. No doubt. We agree. He's just not played well since the middle of last year. Hornets is our next game coming up. And on Saturday night at Charlotte. And this game scares me a little bit. Let me see. Nick says, I wish they would do off-the-ball screens for Joe like Golden Stuff does for Steph. Well, first of all, Nick, Isaiah Joe is not Steph, number one. Number two, we do set screens for him up the top. Isaiah Hartenstein sets mean screens. But to me, he's shooting so far back. And when he's closer to the three-point line, I think it gives him better rhythm. But when he's trying to move and fade and all that stuff, and he missed a wide open, the one he shot from the corner, which is the easiest three, the closest three that there is, he didn't even come close. I just think his confidence is gone. He's just not shooting the ball well consistently. And it just bothers me. It really, really does. I don't know what to say about it. I just don't like the fact that he's not doing what he should be doing. But that being said, I do like our team. I like what he's doing. I like what we have as a group when you play the right group of players together. And, when you see, to me, it's like, once again, this guy doesn't understand flow of the game. You feel a run coming. You can see it. You hear the announcers talking about it. Oh, they're doing it, and then he doesn't make it. He doesn't make the decision. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. Cam Jordan. Let me see. Nick Jordan. Is Cam coming to OKC? This is my thing with Cam Johnson. I would give you Wiggins. I would give you Joe. I would give you J. Will. And I would give you for that. Because they're not trying to win, so you don't want Dort because Dort's only going to help you win games defensively and making plays. So they don't want that. So I would give him J. Will, I would give him Isaiah Joe, and I would give him Wiggins. That's who I would give them. Or maybe Dylan Jones, but that's who I would give them. Wiggins is the guy I don't want to give up. But if I was to give him up, because you add Cam to what we do already, because Cam is a better version of Wiggins. Without question. And you look at what Cale Bridges is doing for New York. And like we talked about earlier, the difference between all the trades, what happened, all the additions, the Thunder added something, but we already had a nucleus. We didn't have to add to our nucleus. The Knicks added to their nucleus with Cat. The Nuggets, they lost everything that they had. And then you look at what the Timberwolves did by adding Randall. And I've never been a Julius Randle fan, so that's just me. Never been a fan of his. I don't like his game, never have. But, he is what he is. Jeremy Charles says no for J. Will. Okay. I like J. Will too. I like J. Will a lot. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to take Cam, who are you going to give up? You got to give him something else. Plus, you got to match salaries. So that's the key, is you got to match their salaries for the trade. So maybe some draft capital if they want to rebuild. Well, the Nets are trying to lose. Okay. That's why they got rid of McHale. That's why they're getting rid. That's why they're getting rid of players. They're trying to lose. They're trying to tank. So we're not going to give them anything that's really going to benefit us. We can live without Jay Will. We can live without Joe, and we can live without Wiggins. But I have my choice, Jeremy, between Wiggins and Jay Will. I'm going to use Jay Will over Wiggins because once Chet comes back, how much is Jay Will really going to play? And remember, Chet's only going to be out for, 6 more weeks, I think? 5 more weeks? Something like that. He'll be back right after the All-Star game. So if I'm going to do that, I will do that. I don't want Kispert. Kispert's not going to do anything. He can't play defense. And we have a defensive culture. Kispert cannot guard anybody. So Kispert can't guard. Okay? I don't want him. He couldn't guard Gonzaga. Kispert can't guard. And we got to have somebody guard. We're going to lose a guy who can't guard, and you'll get a guy who can't guard again? No. Cam Johnson can play defense. He can shoot the three. He's bigger than Wiggins. He's more physical than Wiggins. He can do more than Wiggins. So I'd rather have Cam. If we're honest, a healthy Chet and Ihart and Jay Will won't touch the court much. Yeah, that's what I said. Jay Will won't touch the court as much. So that's why I don't mind. I like him. And I think while Chet is out, I like some Jay Will. But when Chet comes back, how much is he really going to play? Jay Will sets the tone defensively when it comes to drawing offensive fouls. He not anymore. That was 2 years ago. Last year, his number of fouls went down. This year, he hasn't really played a lot. So I don't necessarily agree with that hot spot simply because he really hasn't drawn as many charges as he used to when he first was playing 2 years ago. When Chet was first out, he was playing all the time. Last year, his charges went down. It seemed like he wasn't playing as much. But his charges, but before that, oh, yeah, you come to the lane, you know a charge was either going to be taken by Jay Will or Dort or K. Rich. One of them was taking a charge. That was a fact. You come to because we were so small, we take charges like 100%. That's kind of what we did. So, anyway, in the fourth quarter, we're down 1. Okay, we make that run in the third. And then it's 83-84. We were 7 for 12 on free throws at this point. 7 for 12. Free throw line was just terrible. It really killed us. Isaiah Joe 1 for 7 from 3. So you have J-Dub, K-Rich, A.J. Mitchell, Isaiah Joe, and Ihart. It's 93-95 at the 8-minute mark, and you bring Kaysen in for Isaiah Joe. Then you turn around 15 seconds later and you put SJ in. Why didn't you put him in right there? Nick says Jay Will's 3 game is probably saving him and camaraderie. Yes, I agree. Nick, 100%. No, you can't miss. You can't win free. But we're number 1 in the league, hotspot in free throw percentage. We'll get into that here in a little bit. But anyway, you make that run, and then all of a sudden you've got SGA, Dort, Kaysen, AJ, and J-Dub. And we're down 7. And then they bring in their starters. Okay, and then we immediately bring back in our starters, which I'm like, oh my God, wait, hold on. Coach put his starters back in, turns around, and you bring Doherty in, and so you have your starters. And then we go on a 17-2 run once we were down. It was 103-107, and we went on a 17-2 run. I mean, 17-7, since they had 4. 17-7 run. But it was a 17-2 run before they made the stuff at the end. Going up 120 to 114. Couple things. Number 1, we're winning despite the coach's constant mixture of lineups. Bro, put a lineup together and let these guys flow. It's like I was saying the other night. If you're a bartender and you're used to being with the same bartender, y'all flow together because you know what the other person does. If you put a new bartender in there, you start bumping and you start looking at each other. Why? Because you're not used to the flow, how each other flows. It's the same thing with putting lineups in there. You look at football, same offensive line, same play. I know what you're going to do when you do that. I know what you're going to do for the familiarity that we have playing together. It's the same thing. When this guy starts mixing lineups, I'm like, why are you taking people out of the flow of their game? You're taking them out of the flow. In the championship game, same thing in Game 5 last year. Why are you putting Isaiah Joe in there? I agreed that Isaiah Joe was going to be the difference maker He was the X factor. Talking about the Milwaukee Bucks game, but not to start. You're going to completely change your lineup in a championship game. When the stakes are the highest, you as a coach change what you have fundamentally been doing all year. When the pressure's on. Really? Yeah. Love that. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors. SRB, if you have needs for engineering, surveying, and planning, hit my guys up over there. They love to take care of. If you have a water treatment plant in your city or county and you need clean drinking water, I like clean drinking water. I don't know about y'all, but I do. So hit our guys up. They'll take care of you. Collaborative Logic, if you have needs for computers or software to make your office run smoother or website design, these guys are perfect for that. Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand or anything to be hauled off, like he helped my guy Drew Hinthorn off, helped the other day because he needed some stuff moved. He's doing a big construction project in Stillwater. Went up there to help him out. Got a dump truck. You need something moved off, hauled away. Hit my guy up. He will take care of you. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the OKC area. So hit these guys up. They love to take care of you. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go to one of their 5 locations. The main bank, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma at 401M. YNB East, which is off the Parkway and US 66 or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, located on Garth Brooks, just south of I-40, right in front of the hospital. Cannot miss it. And then, of course, YNB People is located in Bethany between 23rd, between Rockwell and MacArthur. And my guy, Jonathan Bickey, triplet. Hey, Elm Grove Clothing. I don't know if you guys seen our guy, Kendrick Perkins, the way he's been dressed lately. You can thank my boy right there. That's the kind of suits that he supplies. That's what he does. So, hey, man, Kendrick is giving our guys some props. And like I said, hit my guy up. He'll take care of you. Jonathan Beakey Triplet, 405-332-8787 if you need a suit that's not expensive, but you can take care of it. So, now, I don't have, because there's still some NBA games being done right now. So I don't have the updated standings at this point. So these standings are as of yesterday or this morning. They're not the NBA standings as of tonight, okay? Because the Thunder, of course, are 24-5. So this is where the Thunder sit. Now, I warned everybody about those Rockets, and I think a lot of y'all agree with me. That Rocket team is scary. They really are. They're 20-9. The Grizzlies are 20-10. And, of course, we have the Grizzlies on Sunday. I believe we played the Grizzlies Sunday at home, and then we played the Timberwolves on New Year's Eve night. So those 2 games back-to-back are going to be big games for the Thunder. But the Rockets, winners of 3 in a row, we've done 9 straight. Of course, this is not updated as of tonight. This is as of today, before the games. The Mavs, 19-11, lost again the other night. Without Luka, we're going to see how good they really are without Luka, because Luka's going to be out for a minute. Lakers 17-13. Nice win by the Lakers over the Warriors. Clippers still just being the Clippers. They're just there. Suns 15-14, still a scarier team. And then, of course, the T-Wolves still trying to figure out the trade and how to fit Randall after losing Cat. Because you look at the Knicks are 20-10, winners of 5 in a row. They've pretty much figured out what to do with the Cat. And like I said, all we did was add to our peripheral by adding Caruso and Hartenstein, filling 2 needs we need, defensive perimeter and inside presence. So that's really helped us. Where the Knicks added Cat to their core and their group along with Mikal Bridges, and so they're trying to figure that out. T-Wolves adding Randall to their core, losing Cat, taking him out. Really, I think, disrupted their flow, and they're still trying to figure it out. And then the Nuggets are doing what the Nuggets does. So now, this is something that I've done. This is our shooting percentage. This is as of not of tonight. Okay, everything I did this all as of leading into today. So when we did the show tonight, it's not going to include our game tonight, but this is stuff that includes up to tonight. Okay, guys. SGA, 30.6 points per game, which is just crazy. 51% from the field, 34%. All these numbers are going up, and then 87% from the line. J-Dub, 21.6, 49% from the field, and 38% from three, 80% from the line. Like what I see there. Hardenstein's numbers are going up from the free throw line. 12.8 points per game, 58% from the field. Still hasn't made a three, but I think that will change soon. Lou Dort, 9.7, 40% from the field, 39% from three. That needs to be up. He needs to be in the 40s and three because he's shooting wide open threes. Quit all that fading and running. Just catch it, shoot it, flow up. Even if you want to pose, give me the pose before you're trying to fade away. You're not a shooter, bro. Somebody needs to have a conversation with him. Isaiah Joe, those numbers, 39% from the field, 36% from three. Remember, the middle of last year, he was shooting 55%. 54%, whatever it was. It was something crazy. And it's just slowly going down. 75% from the field, from free throw line. Kaysen, 43% from the field, averaging 6.8 points a game, 30% from three. Everything he's doing, his numbers are on the rise compared to what he was. Okay, he started out shooting, 16, 21, some percent from the field. From three, it was terrible. K-Rich, love this big boy since he's been back. 5.9, basically 6 points a game, 54% from the field, 39% from three. Like with K-Rich, he's given us good minutes this year. Like when I see A.J. Mitchell, once again, hot spot. You were right. Like this kid. 5.7 points per game, 50% from the field, 44% from three. And his shot is just pure. That three-pointer he shot tonight, caught it in rhythm, took the step, bam, all net. Love this kid. Not trying to do a whole lot, but I like him playing with J-Dub more than I do SGA. And then Caruso, 5.5 points, 37% from the field, 26% from three, which it makes it look bad right now, but guys, it actually looks good compared to what Caruso was shooting way up. And then, of course, Jay Will, 3 points a game, 33. He's only shooting three. So I like what I'm seeing right there. Now, the reason the Thunder are 24-5, here it is. And I've got the ones highlighted that are going to show you what and the reason why the Thunder are doing what they're doing. Number one, points given up, 102.9, number one in the league. Field goal percentage, number one in the league. Three-point percentage, number two in the league. We're talking about opponents. Free throw percentage, we're number one in making free throws and the opponents missing free throws. Assists, we're fourth in the league of giving up only 24 assists per game. So that means that teams aren't getting a lot of easy shots against us, which is the reason why we're number one in points. Steals, we're number one in stealing, 12.1 steals per game. And then we're second as far as now, that says two, okay, opponents. That means that we're only giving up two steals, seven steals a game. Take away from us, which means we're taking care of the basketball guys, okay? That's not a negative stat. That's why it's highlighted. Blocks, we're fourth, and we were like at a 10 or something when Chet was here, and when he gets back, that number will go back up again. Turnovers, we take care of the basketball. 11.9 turnovers a game. We only had 3 tonight. 19.1 turnovers for our opponents. A lot of that has to do with steals. 12 of those of turnovers are steals, okay? And the rest of them throwing the ball away. But 12 of the 19 turnovers are steals. Offensive rebounds, hey, guess what we've done, guys? We're now 29th. We're no longer in the cellar at 30. We're 29th, okay? Like that. And then second quarter, opponents. We're second in the league of giving up points in the quarter. Fourth quarter, we're second in the league of giving up fourth quarter points. These are the reasons why the Thunder are winning games right here. Okay? You want to know why the Thunder are winning? Here are your stats right here. This is why the Thunder are winning. Second quarter points, giving up, we're second. Fourth quarter points, giving up, we're second. And why is that? And I just showed you. Second quarter, what happens when you take J-Dub out and you make the run? What do? You're going to run. Every single time. You were down by 13. He comes back in the game after 3 minutes, you're down by 4. You make a run every time in the fourth quarter and in the second quarter. And that makes all the difference in the world. Now, here's a big stat. Now, this on the left, you go out and vote. This is who I voted for. And the only ones I vote for every single time. Okay, I don't do it every time, but yes, I do. Every time. The only ones I vote for since the voting's been open is I vote KD, I vote SGA, I vote Jokic, and I vote Victor. Now, I was voting Luka, but Luka's hurt, so I'm putting in Ant-Man as my other guard from the West. From the East, you can tell me what you guys think of it too. What you guys think of this? From the East, I've got Giannis every single time. I've got Jalen Brunson every single time. I've got Jason Tatum every single time. Okay, and then I have Karl Anthony Towns, and then Tyrese Maxey and Tyrese Maxey and Karl Anthony Towns are the two that I'm adding in there. That's what I'm doing. And then, of course, on the All-Star teams, here are the three teams and how everything's broken down. Because remember, we're going to have 4 teams this year in the All-Star break. You're going to have 4 teams. And here are the 3 teams that the guys I've just have made up, saying, okay, here are the guys. Here are the teams that I have made up. And then my question is, J-Dub if we're number 1 in the West, second overall, best record in the league, how do we have one guy on the team? Now, for sure, SJ's on the team. But I'm trying to advocate for J-Dub to get on the team. And the only person I can take off is Paul George. Because of him being who he is, I can't take off Brunson. I can't take off, well, Luka may not make it, so he may be able to replace Luka. So I don't know who, other than Paul George, that's about it. Now, of course, we're going to revisit these again. Every week I'm going to kind of update these and just kind of go over it. But here's what I have. And so I don't know what you guys think about that, but Paul George is the only one I can really take out and say, okay, I can see J-Dub taking him. I'm not taking Trey out. I'm not taking Mitchell out. I'm not taking Kyrie out. I'm not taking, and so funny is I'm taking Max. I'm putting Maxey in here over Kyrie. I don't have Maxey on this deal, but I do have him on East because I've been watching him play the other night. He was just amazing. I'm like, I need to stick this guy in there. So next week I will take out my teams and I'm going to replace these guys after watching them play more because I think Tyrese Maxey, voted him as a starter, so somebody has to come out. And so I would either replace him with probably with Kyrie. That's probably, but we're going to see what Kyrie's going to do now that Luka's out, if he's going to step up his game. But so I'm going to update this for next week. And then, so every week we'll update this on a Monday or whatever and just upgrade and say, okay, here are the new teams. Here are the new players. This is who I got. This is who I take out. This is who I add. All right, guys? That's kind of how I look at it. So hope you guys kind of agree with that. Or if you don't, just kind of give me your opinion. But let's say this. I love what the Thunder are doing. I love our team. I love that we're winning in spite of what this guy's doing because he doesn't. It's just amazing to me. If J-Dub is not playing good, pull him out. He's on possessions matter. Now, fortunately, the team we played was 15-15, so there's not a 50-50 game, even though they had not lost to any Western Conference teams until tonight. But to me as a coach, he's got to at some point give me somebody to put on the damn bench to teach him the damn flow of the game. Say, bro, do you not feel what's happening? When the flow is happening, put your best player in. Oh, that's right, J-W is your best player because you're building him up. F that. We're winning in spite of you, not because of you. And let's face it, there's 3 games or 4 games that we've lost that we should not have lost because of you. Because you're changing your lineups and the way you're not playing people. What the hell are you doing? And it's so funny is you know what to do because once you realize you made a mistake, you put in the right 5 when you should have put them in 2 minutes before. As my Mark Long calls him, 2 minutes too long. That's my guy Mark Long calls him. 2 minutes too long. He's the 2 minutes guy because he's playing managing minutes like my guy once calls him the minutes manager. Why? Because he's managing minutes instead of managing the game. So, but anyway, that's done. We're done for tonight. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Christmas. I hope you have great holidays. We'll be back on Saturday night. And then, because we'll be back on Saturday night. And well, hopefully we won't. It's the Hornets. Hopefully we beat the crap out of them. I don't like really doing a show when we blow somebody out. It's really not a lot to talk about. And then, of course, Sunday night for sure we'll be on because we're playing the Grizzlies. And then, of course, New Year's Eve night, we may not be on. I don't know how much of you guys going to be watching and ready for basketball, okay, on New Year's Eve. So that being said, hey, Merry Christmas. Everybody have a happy holidays.